Hello folks, we're back out in Perrin today, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can figure out running electrical to this pump, this water pump well. So right here what I've got, I'm going to put all this stuff in this corner. The water's going to go ahead and come in here, go through the tank, and then I'm going to hook up this little, it's a water softener setup, and the water softener has to have a way to push off the brine that it uses, the salt water, after it's been doing what it does. And usually a normal house would have a drain somewhere. The only way for me to drain is right here where I was originally going to put a little bathroom. So I have a place for the toilet right here that runs out. It connects to this one with a sweep. This was going to be the vent, as well as I was going to put a sink right in here, and it was going to drop down there. What I'm going to do is cut that toilet flange off flush and plug it. And that particular drain right there comes out right over here. Okay, so right here's where that stub is, that's just underground here. I'm going to take it and dig this out and then do a leach field with probably 1 or 2 10-foot pieces of perforated pipe. That salt water, brine water, has a place to leach off underground. I don't really have everything I need here to do that, but I do have everything I need to do the electrical, I think. So let's get started. So this pump needs a 20 amp circuit. This is a 30 amp. So I got a 20 amp here. Let's swap that out real quick. Alright, now that we've poked a hole there in that box, I can put some 1/2-inch conduit. I want to go all the way through that girt and then come up to the top and either bend a 90 degree, and then I want to go above the garage door. Then go ahead and carry it all the way over here above the garage door to this corner where the I-beam is, and then carry it along the top of that I-beam all the way down, all the way to about right there in the middle, and then put a box there so I can bring conduit for a light there, and then conduit for a light over here. And then same thing with this, I'll put a J box right there, conduit this direction, conduit that direction, hang a UFO light right there. We'll have 4 in here. So I'm going to go ahead and poke a hole in that right there. Shoot, that really turned out good for somebody who doesn't know what he's doing. It's pretty much exactly what I wanted. Let's go up there and look at that. Yeah, it's just what I was looking for. the plan here is to put the R panel that I have there, cut it, and I want to probably start from this corner right here by the, or this edge right by that door, and then come all the way across at a 3-foot level as far as I can go. Because in an older video I was talking about putting all that over here and putting the shop benches on this side. Not going to do that. I think I want to put it in the corner, and I'll have all of my water well stuff in that corner as well. So I'm going to want to get all this stuff out of here. I want to move that stand right there out of the way. Maybe move it over here on this wall temporarily, but I need the room to do that. Plus I need to finish running all the conduit, come up here, carry the lights over, or the outlets for the lights actually, and then the upper part of that, the upper 4 feet, is going to be pegboard, and it's going to come all the way up to that top 7-foot mark on that girt. Oh, I don't know. I should know. See all this base angle, and it was probably rake angle as well. I'm going to use that inside to shore up the wall on the inside here in the corner where I want to put it. And here's what it looks like now. I moved everything that was kind of in this area, the big rack, and I put all that stuff over here temporarily. So the plan here is to put a 3-foot level of that R panel all the way as far as I can go to that end. And then I'll put pegboard up to that 7-foot mark all the way around. That way I can hang stuff on it. And, you know, this is the water line that we put in originally. It's 3/4 inch. And I will use that water line with this 3/4 inch PEX. Well, I'll run it all the way from this corner right here over to the trailer over there. And then out here, this is where I was talking about putting, I'll just put a 10-foot little drain, French drain if you will, for that salt water to leach out it underground. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of all of this R panel, get the pieces, cut it all into 36-inch 3-foot pieces. Okay, so I think what I'm going to use that base angle for is I'll bolt it down here, anchor it into the ground, and it's going to come all the way flush right here because that's where the wall's going to be. So it looks like I have enough room to go all the way down here, and I'm going to go ahead and carry it across here and put that R panel down here and pegboard up here as well. So I think let's get started cutting on that R panel into 36-inch pieces. All right, so I cut up enough pieces to really get all the way around the corner over to the gutters that are hanging over there. And I think I want to go all the way to the door and around that corner. As I work over here, I'll just kind of move this stuff out of the way. I will end up cutting all of those other pieces of R panel up because I don't really have any use for them. And get them all stacked at 39 inches. And eventually how much ever I have, I'll put across that wall. And I might put some sheetrock up there to that 7-foot mark, maybe. So that pegboard over there was $22 per sheet at Home Depot. And it's been about that price for a couple of years now. It was around $13-15 a sheet. And sheetrock over there at Home Depot for a regular plain 4x8 sheet of 1/2 inch, I believe, was $12.99. So it was about double for the pegboard. But if I did spend the extra money and put pegboard across that wall, gosh, it would be easy to hang extension cords and hang whatever on that wall. So I'll probably end up doing that. But I do think I have enough R panel to hodgepodge a bunch together to go that around there. So now that we have this cut, I'm going to go out here and grab a piece of that base angle and put base angle all the way around here and knock it into the concrete. And then there'll be another piece of base angle at that level, that 39-inch level, to mount that with, and then we can put the pegboard up above that. Okay, so let's get started. Nice. There goes a cup of coffee. Okay, so I think I know how to mount this midway piece of angle. It can't just be floating in there attached to the R panel, because it'll just flobble, especially along this long run. So I have to attach it to this I-beam here, and I have to really attach it over here to this upright. I think I have an idea how to do that. So check this out. You can see how I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that all the way around at that level, and I'm going to drill holes in this concrete to put some anchors in there all the way around. That does not look terrible, I'll have to say. So the insulation that I put behind this is all extra stuff that I had from this build. He came up short, told me I needed another roll. I bought it, and then I ended up with a bunch here and there. I've already had a couple of mice get in there and try to burrow in and make a home. They didn't make it back out. So I'm going to use all insulation along here as I put this up. All right, we are back today, and I think now that I have all of this up, I am going to work on the electrical. And I have changed my mind on this upper piece right here. After doing some calculations on what fits in that 1/2-inch pipe right there, exiting out of this box is going to be a few too many wires for that 1/2-inch tubing. I need to go 3/4 up. And once I get out a certain ways, like when I come over here, I'm going to come with a piece of pipe, probably 1/2 inch, because I just have to run some wires for the lights on this bay, on this side, this opening, and a power cord going down to the end for the camera I have on the outside. That can all be 1/2 inch. But as I come over here and come to this side, and then I'll come down this side with 1/2 inch from a J box up there. It'll be 1/2 inch down here, and I'm going to put an outlet there, 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 and there. Maybe 4 outlets across here, because I'll have the workbench in this corner. From that J box there, I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to go ahead and carry a 3/4 all the way over here to this corner, J box it right there, and then I can come off with 1/2 inch. No, I'm going to have 3/4 here to a J box, and then 1/2 inch down for the 220 for the well pump. And then I can continue 1/2 inch all the way down to that corner for the light switch and for the lights on this side. So the first thing to do is going to be to go ahead and turn this panel off. Hit the main breaker, because these two right here are live. You don't want to touch those, right? Turn the panel off, and then I'm going to drill that hole bigger right here so I could run 3/4 straight up through that hole and straight up in the top into a J box up there. So I'll have a J box that distributes all the wires off. It'll be a deep, I'll put a deep J box in there. Oh, and by the way, this motorcycle is a blast. It runs great. It starts up easily. It smokes initially on startup for a little while, and then it clears completely up. Sounds like valve stem seals. I'm going to ride it just like it is for a while and enjoy it just like it is. I put these little hand guards on it, so when I'm tooling through the woods out here, I don't scuff my hands up too much. Boy, it sure is fun. So let's get started. I removed that long 1/2 inch out of there, and I need to re-drill this hole. But I really want to turn this power back on here in just a minute, and I don't want that outlet right there. And I'm just going to come out, put that outlet here on the bottom, so here in a minute I can turn that back on, because that is powering my TV over there and that refrigerator and my camera. So let's get that going real quick. All right, that worked good. Now I think what I'll do is I'll figure out how many exact circuits I have to land in here and go ahead and pull the wires through and probably terminate them on the breakers and make sure they're all off and everything, of course. And then that way I can close the box up and get it closed up, and I'll have the wires out of the top there ready for me to pull each section through and connect to it in that box. So the most complicated part of all this wiring is going to be hooking up 2 switches for the lights. And as I was thinking about it right now, I almost nixed it, but I think I do want to go ahead and do one over here by the door, and of course one over here by the garage opening. Mostly the garage door opening, because that's normally where I come in from. I just come in here and unlock that door. So with all the wiring here and the circuits on this wall, here's what I came up with. So I need 3 wires for the camera and the outside lights. And I'm going to put those on this GFCI circuit right here. Then I need 3 wires coming through here for the receptacles on this wall. We'll put it on a 20 amp circuit breaker here. I need 3 wires for the 220 volts that's coming over here for the well. And then for the light setup, I need to have 4 wires. So right there, 3, 6, 9, 13. I can fit, according to charts, 16 number 12 wires, solid wires in here. So I'm going to be a little shy of that, which is good. And I think I've got all that down. So I'm going to go pull each of these 4 circuits really, and then tape them together and mark them, and then pull them through here and hang them out the top. And I'll probably go ahead and terminate them in here as well. Right now this is back on, but I'll turn it off here in just a second.